right attitude towards food. The proper attitude to food is a certain equality. Food is for the maintenance of the body, and one should take enough for that, what the body needs. If one gives less, the body feels the need and hankers. If you give more, then indulging the vital. As for particular foods, the palate likes the attitude of the mind and vital should be if I get, I take. If I don't get, I shall not mind. One should not think too much of food, either to indulge or unduly to repress. That is the best. Do not trouble your mind about food. Take it in the right quantity, neither too much nor too little, without greed or repulsion, as the means given to you by the mother for the maintenance of the body. In the right spirit, offering it to the divine in you, then it need not create tamas. Too much eating makes the body material and heavy. Eating too little makes it weak and nervous. One has to find the true harmony and balance between the body's needs and the food taken. Physically, we depend upon food to live, unfortunately. For with food, we daily and constantly take in a formidable amount of inconscience, of tamas, heaviness, stupidity. One can't do otherwise unless constantly, without a break, we remain completely aware, and as soon as an element is introduced into our body, we immediately work upon it to extract from it only the light and reject all that may darken our consciousness. This is the origin and rational explanation of the religious practice of consecrating one's food to God before taking it. When eating, one aspires that this food may not be taken for the little human ego, but as an offering to the divine consciousness within oneself. In all yogas, all religions, this is encouraged. This is the origin of that practice of contacting the consciousness behind, precisely to diminish as much as possible the absorption of an inconscience which increases daily, constantly, without one's being aware of it.